if you believe Donald Trump is innocent or guilty based on Russian collusion, you have to look at Russian interests. That's how you can make a credible, you know, determination. And we know that he's lifted sanctions on Russia even after their not only election interference, but killing Ukrainians, our allies, while he's withholding military aid. Not only that, but Trump Tower Moscow with Michael Cohen lying to Congress, and he's now in jail for that, along with the payments to Stormy Daniels. And it gets a bit more twisted. There's a lot I actually learned in like 2013, 2014, talking to who he was coordinating with to become president. It was so trashy, I couldn't believe it was real, especially at the national level. But, certain things happen. But I'll mention this one. When she showed me a kind of a beta Facebook picture when we got these emoticons and ad space, it was for 2016. It was under a story about Syria, and she even said Syria is a set stage for Trump and Putin. Like, that's why he bombed that empty tarmac, and they claimed Russians were on it. We didn't even kill Syrians with that shit. Same with, like, Iran. Like, when he did that, like, 50 of our servicemen got permanent brain damage. And I think he killed maybe one or two and some shit in Iran, or did something like, yeah, one dude. And it's just theater. And that's why the Russians had bounties out in Afghanistan, so he could bomb the Taliban, and then, more theater. And it is disgusting. And he's ignorant as fucking evil. And it gets darker. He's pushing this like the government's part of like some deep state pedophile cabal. Well, he's running the government, and we just lost 1,500 kids, from child detention centers, like, and the conservatives, like, they fucking deserve to be here. And, like, I remember when I met that woman, like, in 2014, another story ran about us, abuse cases, and I just saw the rage from Republicans when he even mentioned it. I didn't even mention the Mexican. They already knew about it, and they were pissed, like, well, they fucking deserve it because they shouldn't have been here. I was like, well, that is a vulnerability, just like I determined that Russia was attacking vulnerabilities on our election, or it could if people were stupid enough. But God, I had stopped. I went to college and kind of thought people were smarter than they were again. Like, I hadn't associated around the majority. Like, if I remembered high school, yeah, a lot of people didn't actually get better. That's the problem with America. They just keep getting worse and worse. There's something that stops them, some inferiority complex, something that they're trying to protect, that they think they have to, and then, like, it just doubles down, and, like, it's a foundation built on sinking sand, and it just gets worse till we have Trump. And, like, the Supreme Court, today determined interesting things. Not only is, like, half of Oklahoma Native American land now, but also the DA gets Trump's taxes. Well, kinda. It goes back to the lower court, and he just has the possibility. That's what the Supreme Court does. It does the constitutional issues. Trump said that presidents can't have that done at all, and the Supreme Court said no, that's a lie. So now we go back to the original trial, and he'll most likely get them, but it'll take a while, and it might not be till even after the election. And that's why you people have to realize, like, you're being played in the most obvious way. Everything y'all say is a lie or a conspiracy, and everything we say is basically just repeating what Donald Trump just said. Like, that's a cult right there, and that's not American.